I'm back in the magical country of Northern Ireland. In this video, I'm doing the Causeway Coastal Route road trip, and I'm going to show you exactly why I think this is Europe's most underrated road trip. So if you're curious about visiting Northern Ireland in your camper van, your car, or your motorhome, stick around right to the end of this video. I'm going to be sharing with you some of Ireland's best kept secrets.
Our journey began in Scotland, where we met up with our friends Laura and Ryan before getting the P&O ferry from Cairnryan to Larne over in Northern Ireland. The journey is a smooth one and only takes 1 hour 50 minutes, and arriving in Larne actually puts you immediately on the must-see Causeway Coastal Route. And just a short drive from Larne is the wonderful Glenoe Waterfall, our first stop of the trip.
So welcome back to Northern Ireland. It feels brilliant to say that. If you watched any of my Road Trip Ireland series, you'll know that I've visited this place before, and it is such an underrated place. Definitely the most underrated road trip anywhere in the UK, hands down. And our first stop today is the Glenoe Waterfall, and for something so close to the car park, the payback is incredible. Such a powerful, mystical, Laura who lives just described it as a place you can just breathe it in and calm yourself. No, that's getting very spiritual, but yeah, a really good looking waterfall and an epic way to start this Causeway Coastal Route. So if you are coming into Larne, it's literally a 10-minute drive to this waterfall. There's no excuses not to come here. Pretty accessible, apart from a little set of steps. 100% worth it. What a way to start the trip. So we've stopped at McDonald's in Larne, which I know isn't a local delicacy or a local restaurant, but we're against the clock in terms of time. We've got the 6 p.m. ferry. It's now almost 7:30. We don't have a campsite for tonight, which goes against everything I say about preparing, planning, booking in advance, but we're just on to the Glenariff Forest campsite now, hopefully getting a pitch there. We'll eat at Mackey's and then head there. So yeah, straight away, learn from our mistakes, do your planning in advance. We're here at the start of September, so fortunately sites are available. We didn't book in advance. Learn from my mistake, I'm not going to say it again. Good morning from the beautiful Glenariff Forest campsite. So this campsite is absolutely immaculate. It's cost £20 nights to stay here. Hard standing, electric, water on the pitch, toilets, showers, facilities are just so clean and modern. Can't really recommend this place high enough. But the cherry on the top of the cream, is that even a saying, is the fact that we're here at the Glenariff Forest Park, which is home to a number of trails that obviously lead through the forest. There's a waterfall trail here that I've never visited. I'm really looking forward to seeing that today with the guys, and yeah, all feels good. The drive up here is so beautiful. Following the coast around from Larne, when you do this Causeway Coastal Route, there are certain sections where you are literally a few feet from the sea, from the ocean, and I think that's pretty unique. And despite the fact we were losing a bit of light on the way up here yesterday, it was so beautiful, and it brought back memories of the first time I was here. So yeah, you'll definitely enjoy that part of the drive. Apologies, there's a guy mowing the lawn this morning. He's got a fascination with coming up to the van and getting as close as he possibly can. So yeah, anyway, enough waffle. We're going to get our boots on and make our way around to the trails and yeah, show you this incredibly beautiful place. So after about a 25-30 minute walk, we've made it to the highlight, the real crescendo of this Glenariff Forest Park walk. We've done the waterfall trail, which is in total about 3 kilometres. And at the bottom, you've got this, I think it's called Esnacrum Waterfall. And it is mightily impressive. I've seen most of the must-see waterfalls here in Northern Ireland before. This one is right up there, let me tell you. And conveniently, just over the brow of this hill, there's a restaurant lodge place. So we're going to call in there. Hopefully they're going to do us a quick pint. We're going to leave the girls down here and go and fetch the vans because you can actually drive to this place. The walk has been beautiful. It has been steep on the way down. So I'm going to presume the way up is going to be equally steep. Completely worth it.
Natural beauty at its bloody finest. What a place this is.
So we're continuing this beautifully stunning drive across the Causeway Coastal Route. We've actually covered quite a bit of ground. Now from the Glenariff Forest Park we've passed places such as Cushendall, which is actually a bit of a foodie spot. Some great pubs, some great eateries there, including Harry's. So if you're looking for somewhere to eat, probably recommend there. Then just around the corner from Cushendall you've got the Cushendun caves, which was featured in that famous series Game of Thrones, which I'm sure anyone who's watched Game of Thrones will know. There's many filming locations around Northern Ireland. We then passed the fabulous Tor Head, which is home to Merlot Bay, a really remote, difficult beach to reach. If you're in a smaller camper van or a car, it's definitely doable, and a place that I think I described on my last video is a place that feels like the end of the earth. When you go there, you'll feel like you're literally at the edge of the world. It's one of them really remote, tranquil, scenic places. We then drove past the town of Ballycastle, a bit more of a seaside town, plenty of places to eat, drink, a couple of beaches and a bit of a marina. And now we've come to the iconic Kinbane Castle. This place is just made for photos, for drones. There's a pretty steep walk down there, but just on the corner here you can get some epic photos with your phone, with your camera. It's one of them places that is definitely worth visiting. Now on the walk back to the van at the Glenariff Forest, we got absolutely soaked, hence why I've got a bucket hat on, because my thinning hair was looking pretty ragged. So I've put a bucket hat on. And the weather today is just so changeable. We've gone from showers to wind to beautiful, glorious sunshine. So yeah, we're here at Kinbane Castle. We're going to take a quick look here and then we're carrying on to Carrick-a-Rede, which is a National Trust place that I've visited before, place that's absolutely terrifying, and you'll see why it's terrifying. But first, let's take a look at Kinbane Castle. Ryan's just making his way down. He's going to try and make it to the little viewpoint on the edge of the headland, and Laura's just shouted, "Ryan, have you got your back support?" Little sign of the times. Gone are the days of Ibiza and running around the NC 500. Now we've got to consider our back health when visiting places. Another feature of this part of the Causeway Coastal Route is the rugged cliffs, and at this time of year we're just coming out of summer, kind of slightly into autumn. The greenery of the cliffs, sort of contrasting the sea, it's just so beautiful. When you're at Kinbane, if you look just around the corner, there is a little waterfall that you might be able to see, especially if there's been a lot of rain. Anyway, I've got to go and get my drone back out because Ryan's gone to the little viewpoint. Let's see if we can get some cool shots of him. Take a look.
Yeah, this is petrifying. That doesn't get any easier.
Really? I didn't even look down. My heart is like, really?
That was terrifying.
So we did the rope bridge a few years ago, and I was absolutely terrified then. My fear of heights hasn't got any better. Yeah, it's just terrifying. I don't know. Most people are fine. Me and Laura didn't enjoy it. The problem is, we've got to go back over it. So the last time somebody fell off was 1855. Despite it appearing very dangerous and dodgy, scary for me.
Oh, it's a nice stretch to the back.
It's actually pretty safe.
So we've arrived to tonight's accommodation, which is actually an Airbnb. We're not on a campsite in the camper vans tonight, and we picked an Airbnb in the small town of Ballintoy. Just down the road from here is Ballintoy Harbour, another filming location for Game of Thrones, a real beautiful place. If you do want to go and visit that place, you're going to struggle in anything longer than like 5-metre vehicle. Just bear that in mind. We're just going to do some home cooked food tonight. There's a couple of pubs literally 50 metres from the house, and we're going to head down, have a couple of pints, have a good catch up. And then first thing in the morning, we're going to Giant's Causeway, of course, one of the most famous places I'm sure you guys have heard of. And then we'll continue heading round towards Portrush. But yeah, I have to say, today has been fantastic. Despite the changeable weather, Northern Ireland and this Causeway Coastal Route really does have a lot to offer. And I'm surprised it's not talked about more. There is so much to see, do and enjoy. And even just the driving is stunning. The glens are magnificent. Some of this coastline is just jaw-dropping. It is genuinely breathtaking. And if you are considering a road trip or a little bolt-on to Republic of Ireland Wild Atlantic Way, or maybe just something a little bit different, Northern Ireland and this Causeway Coastal Route is definitely the place to come. Can't wait to explore more tomorrow because I absolutely love this place. See you tomorrow. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm presuming you're dreaming of an epic island road trip. So meet your ultimate travel bible, Road Trip Island by myself, Robbie Roams. What is it? It's basically a no-fuss, all-in-one guide with detailed itineraries, route maps, must-see stops, insider tips and stress-saving hacks. I've done all of the hard work so that you don't have to. If you're looking to know costs, where to stay, what to eat, or even how far you're going to travel, it's all in there. So my biggest tip to you would be don't waste hours of your time scouring blogs and going on Google. Let me do the heavy lifting. Road Trip Island has been used and reviewed by hundreds of happy travellers just like you. So go and grab your copy today. Literally, if you go and order it right now, it will probably be with you in 2 to 3 working days. It also comes with free Tracked UK delivery. So there we have it. Nice and simple. Road Trip Island. Go and get it. Now let's get back into the video.
Good morning. We're on the second day of this beautiful Northern Ireland road trip. And this beach you can see behind me where the guys are stood overlooking is White Park Bay, and down the far end here you won't be able to see, there's a rock down here called Elephant Rock. It's supposed to look like an elephant, and when I came here before I was a little bit skeptical, but when you get lower to the ground, when you actually make your way down to the beach, it does actually look like an elephant. But yeah, beautiful sweeping beach that is probably a good mile or so long on a day like today when the sun's just peeking through. Absolutely beautiful. We're just gonna have a look at the viewpoint here because we're with Law, who's obviously carrying precious cargo at the minute. We don't want to exhaust ourselves too much. That's an excuse for me not to do all this walking, I think. Absolutely beautiful place. Would highly encourage a visit. And from here we're going to make our way up to the Giant's Causeway. That's our next stop today. So yeah, let's go. Take back what I just said. We can't resist going down because it does look so inviting. So we are going to make our way down. It's not too steep, to be honest. There's a little zigzaggy path which is going to make it a bit more manageable.
Made it to the Giant's Causeway visitor experience, this beautiful, relatively modern building, and parking here in a small vehicle like a car is absolutely fine. There is a park and ride from Bushmills, which may be advisable if you're in a larger motorhome or a camper van. There is a tiny amount of larger vehicle parking about half a mile up the road. It's another National Trust car park. Our top tip would probably do the park and ride from Bushmills. Just save you a lot of hassle because it is tight. So we've made it down to the Giant's Causeway. The walk down here will probably take you 20-25 minutes depending on how fast you're walking. If accessibility is an issue, you can take the electric bus provided by National Trust. And yeah, here we are.
back at a place that I came last time. I think I was like one of the first people here first thing in the morning. And if you are willing to get up early, you can have this place to yourself before it actually opens to the public, so to speak. You can still get down here, get some awesome photos, potentially at sunrise. Yeah, it's just one of them really fascinating places that draws in visitors from all around the world because of these basalt rocks formed mainly in hexagonal shapes, created by molten lava being pushed through tiny gaps in the rocks, something like that. I'm not a geologist, so any geologist leave a comment the exact formation of these. As a visitor today, they are mysterious. Some people will say there's folklore, giants. The main one would be Finn McCool, the giant, who supposedly used these as a pathway to get to his rival over in Scotland. Whatever you want to believe about them, they are pretty unusual, pretty impressive to come and look at. If you are feeling more energetic, you can take the loop walk, which goes above the cliff tops. It gives you a pretty unique sort of perspective looking down on these bizarre, wonderful and weird, beautiful basalt rocks. Said it before and I'll say it again, and I thought, I don't know why, but there are certain international tourists that are so rude at places like this. You can see everyone else is trying to enjoy it, take photos, and you aren't going to get a patch of these rocks where there isn't someone else standing. But there was just some woman really rude to us, shaking her head, muttering stuff under her breath, and all she had to do was politely ask us to move. We would have done no problem, but you're always going to get it at places like this, but don't let it detract from the experience, because it is a pretty magical place. I use magic a lot in this Northern Ireland video. I think that summarises it. It's just pure magic. Incredible.
And we've made it to Bushmills, which is the gateway town to the Giant's Causeway. Fond memories of this place. There's a pub here called the Bush House Bar, and our friend Ryan's last name is Bush, or nickname Bush, so we're going to take Bush to the Bush Bar. There's a great cafe, dog-friendly place called the Bilberry something. So yeah, we're going to go there, going to grab a pint, then we're going to move on. I think the great thing about this part of Northern Ireland is that all of the attractions are so close together. You know, we're just like a stone's throw from Carrick-a-Rede. We're 2 miles from Giant's Causeway. We're 2 miles from Dunluce Castle. Portrush is just like 6 miles down the road. And the good thing about a road trip here is you spend less time driving, more time adventuring. So yeah, all good. After a couple of pints at the Bush House Bar, we've actually made it to our campsite for tonight. We're at Causeway Wigwams, which does actually have a few electric hookup pitches for camper vans, tents, that kind of thing. Our original plan was to go to Dunluce Castle. We just kind of ran out of time and decided we'd just come to the campsite early and make a chilled night of it. And that's fine, because we're taking it a little bit slower, because all of the main points of interest on this Causeway Coastal Route are so like closely connected. It's very easy for us to just pick it back up in the morning, and we'll head towards Portrush and then probably Portstewart, and we'll be coming to the end of the official Northern Ireland part of this trip. Me and Jazz might continue on to the Inishowen Peninsula, which is in the Republic of Ireland, technically in Donegal, and from there we'll probably head home after 1 or 2 nights and the guys will continue. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. It's been another great day. It always is in Northern Ireland, and there's so much to see and do. It's all really convenient, the car parking, the roads, it's just everything you want from a road trip, and it is so underrated. That is the main thing that I'm trying to get across in this video. And tomorrow I'm going to show you some more of these secret spots. Despite the weather being changeable yet again, I just love this place, and if that's not coming through in this video, then I'm not doing this place justice. But yeah, we'll pick it up tomorrow. So we're on our final day of this Causeway Coastal Route, and made a brief stop at Dunluce Castle. It is definitely one of the must-sees in this area. Unfortunately, it was blowing a hoolie. There's some sword fight thing going on down there, so we couldn't actually get down to the castle. I'm just going to show a bit of drone footage from my last trip here, because it does look impressive. Sat on the headland, just sort of overlooking the bay. And now just around the corner from there, you've got the Maghera or Magahera viewpoint, and it's a car park which currently has an incredible ice cream van. We've all just had an ice cream. It's only just gone 12 in the afternoon, and it's pretty cold, pretty windy, but the size of the ice creams here are just absolutely ridiculous, and I've got it all down me. I'm sticky as hell. But the viewpoint up to the castle that way and down to White Rocks Beach
which is in the direction of Portrush. It's just spectacular. The coastline here is so dramatic, it's so beautiful, and if you do get a chance to go down to White Rocks Beach, I would highly advise it. It's a beautiful walk up from Portrush. There is a car park halfway down, but if you're in a camper van or a motorhome, you're not going to be able to park there. Now, Portrush itself is a place that I stayed overnight in, and it's definitely a sort of typical seaside place with plenty of fish and chips, great places to eat, arcades. I think there's even a little fun fair for kids, and it's also home to the Royal Portrush Links golf course. I think that's what it's called. Today we're actually going to skip that. We're going to go straight to Portstewart Strand. Very much a mouthful to pronounce on a YouTube video, but it's a beautiful beach operated by the National Trust. You can actually park your vehicles on there, perfect for walking the dogs or having a beach day. So there we have it. We've just visited Portstewart Strand. Beautiful beach that stretches on for at least a good mile in the direction of Castle Rock. And then up on the hill, you've got the Mussenden Temple, which is part of the National Trust group. Top tip if you come into Northern Ireland, many of these key sites, including Giant's Causeway, Carrick-a-Rede, and the Mussenden Temple, even the beach here at Portstewart, it's all owned and operated by the National Trust. So if you've got one of the membership cards, which we've got, you can get access to all of these sites for free or as part of the membership. Now, the Causeway Coastal Route actually ends in Derry, which is just a few miles from here. And sat on Portstewart Strand, you can actually see across to the Inishowen Peninsula, which is part of the Republic of Ireland in Donegal. And that's exactly where we're heading now. We're going to end this video here. And yeah, I just want to reaffirm the fact that I truly believe Northern Ireland and the Causeway Coastal Route, for me, is the most underrated road trip probably anywhere in Europe, definitely anywhere in the UK. And we've been doing this route over the last few days. We haven't seen many camper vans, we haven't seen many motorhomes along the route, and I think it's just one of Ireland's forgotten road trips. Everybody comes to Ireland, they want to go to the Wild Atlantic Way, and rightly so. It's stunning, it's beautiful, but for me, this one's hard to beat. You only need 3, 4, 5 days max. The route starts just north of Belfast, goes past Carrickfergus, and it carries all the way on to Derry, and it's just simply stunning. So like I said earlier, if you're looking for a road trip that not many people end up doing, or you're looking for a bolt onto the Wild Atlantic Way, you can do it before, you can do it after. This road trip in Northern Ireland for me is unbeatable, hands down. It's just fantastic. And yeah, I'm genuinely really happy that we've been able to come back and do this trip with Ryan and Laura. We've thoroughly enjoyed the last few days. Just want to say a massive thank you if you've watched this video. If you want to go on and support the channel further, you can go and grab the Road Trip Ireland guidebook, which covers the entire island of Ireland, another mouthful, including Northern Ireland, the Coastal Causeway route that we've just done, the Wild Atlantic Way. It's all in here. If you don't want to go and get the book, absolutely fine. Please hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on, catch me on Instagram at Robbie Roams, and I'm going to see you guys very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.